And just like that, opening day is done. I'm actually recording this the day after on the 31st, but I was up taking notes. So I'm going to do a recap of opening day, and at the end, if I have time, I'm going to give you my predictions. I made a video for my predictions for this year, but I was having camera issues, so this I got robbed of a video. Just putting that out there. So anyways, let's do this in order. Got a lot to do. The first game, the Braves beat the Nationals 7-2. One of the bigger stories today is Max Fried left with an injury. Hamstring covering first base, and Brian Snitker said he's most likely going to miss his next start. Nothing from what I could read or find showed any signs of optimism there. But in the game, he went 3 1/3, 4 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 2 strikeouts. The bullpen went 5 2/3, gave up 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. And Travis d'Arnaud had a really good day. 5 at bats, 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 RBIs. The Braves on a whole, if I wrote this down right, went 4 for 15, 266. And this was Max Fried's third consecutive opening day. And I believe he's going to be a free agent either after this season or after next season. So the Braves are currently trying to lock him up. I mean, during the season, they're probably not going to be able to get it done, but they are trying. And the Nationals, Patrick Corbin opened for them. Not so hot. 3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Now, get this. The bullpen, which was a disaster for Washington last year, went 6 innings, 3 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. I mean, 6 innings. It should be the other way around, just FYI. Washington went 1 for 11 runners in scoring position, 0-90. So, Braves beat the Nationals 7-2. That game went 3 hours and 7 minutes. Now, this is the next game. This is the first game of the 3 that I watched today. The Giants at the Yankees. This happened after the game. Excuse me, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, Aaron Judge, after hitting 62 home runs previous year, how's he going to follow that up? How about the second pitch he sees, home run to center field? So, but that was it. Other than that, didn't really look too solid. Anthony Volpe, in his major league debut, walked in his first at bat and stole. But other than that, he's pretty quiet. Turned a double play in there. For me, the story in here is Garrett Cole had 11 strikeouts over 6 innings, which is a new franchise record for strikeouts in opening day, which is a little shocking if I'm being 100% honest for the Yankees, history. And they went 3 for 9 runners in scoring position, 333 average. And the Giants, I gotta tell you, it was a snooze fest. I mean, they just didn't wake up. They didn't show up. They had 4 singles, 4 hits, 4 singles all day long. They went 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. And but I feel for Logan Webb. He had 12 strikeouts, which is a franchise record for strikeouts on opening day. But he went 6 innings and gave up 4 earned runs. So he looked excellent, but 4 earned runs it's not a quality start. And get this, both teams had a combined 32 strikeouts, which is a opening day record. And I witnessed it, so be jealous. And a few hours after many hours after the game, Yankees got Colton Brewer from the Rays for cash considerations. In this spring training, he hadn't allowed a single run in 9 1/3 innings, and he had 15 strikeouts. He hasn't pitched since 2021 with Boston, which was 1 inning. Before that, he was with Boston from 2019 to 2021 and 2018 in San Diego. Why I'll be a little worried and skeptical, the Rays know what they're doing when they do these trades. Look at Austin Meadows, Chris Archer. Just be cautious when you trade with the Rays. So, and that game was 2 hours and 33 minutes. Let's go to the next one. Baltimore at Boston. Oh, by the way, I got ahead of myself again. Yankees beat the Giants 5-0. Look at me. I'm so excited for this. Baltimore beat Boston 10-9. This is one of the more exciting games. Adley Rutschman went 5 for 5. His first swing of the 2023 season was a home run off of Corey Kluber. He had 4 RBIs and a walk since 1901, at least 1901. No catcher had ever recorded 5 hits or gotten on base 6 times in a season opening game. He's the third player since 1920. 1920 because that's the year when RBIs became an official stat, to go 5 for 5 with multiple RBIs. Billy Herman, 1936, and Babe Ruth, 1921, were the other two. So, Kyle Gibson made his Baltimore debut. Not so hot. 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Baltimore on the day went 5 for 14, 357. Very good. Roman Urias hit a 2-run shot in the 4th inning. Now we go to the Boston side of things. Corey Kluber making his Red Sox debut. Not good. 3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Not so good. I am really sorry about this squeaky chair. I'll get another one, I promise. Here's a little bit of history. Rafael Devers, who signed that 11-year extension with Boston, was the first batter to strike out via pitch clock violation. He didn't get in the box in time. Masataka Yoshida, in his Red Sox debut, went 2 for 4, had an RBI and a run scored. On the day, Boston went 4 for 14, 285, and they had a late comeback. They were down 10-4, I believe, and made it very close. It's 10-9, bottom of the 9th. Baltimore could have won it with 10-8, but a throwing error extended the game. But their comeback came back short. They go down to Baltimore 9-10. We go to Chicago. Milwaukee at Chicago. Not too much to report here. Cubs beat Milwaukee 4-0. Marcus Stroman was excellent. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, no earned runs, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. In 3 opening day starts, he's got a 1.29 ERA with 20 strikeouts and 21 innings pitched. I'm going to be honest, I didn't even know he made 2 other opening day starts. Maybe with Toronto, that might make sense. And Dansby Swanson in his Cubs debut went 3 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. On the day, Chicago went 2 for 6 in runners in scoring position, 333 average. And on the Brewers side of things, Corbin Burns not looking very good. 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. And on the day, Milwaukee went 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Chicago beats Milwaukee 4-0. That game was 2 hours and 21 minutes. I don't know if I said it, but the Baltimore-Boston game was 3 hours and 10 minutes. I apologize. Here's another fast game. Tigers at Rays. Rays came out on top 4-0. Shane McClanahan went 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Jose Siri for the Rays had a leadoff homer, and Wander Franco, one of my favorite young and upcoming stars, hit a solo shot in the 8th inning. On the day, Tampa went 2 for 3, runners in scoring position. That's 666. On the Tiger side of things, Eduardo Rodriguez went 5 1/3, 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Certainly not bad. And as we all know, this is Miguel Cabrera's 21st and final season, so, really take it all in. He's one of the best right-handed hitters who ever played the game. But he had a double, and Austin Meadows had a double as well. But unfortunately, Detroit went 0 for 4, and Tampa comes out on top 4-0. That game was a clean 2 hours and 40 minutes. 2 hours and 14 minutes. I was going to try to say crisp, but then I swapped it with clean, and lo and behold, I messed it up. So bear with me here. This was the second game I watched in full. Phillies at Rangers. Rangers beat the Phillies 11-7. This is Jacob deGrom's Ranger debut, and I'm sure it's one of the starts he would love to forget. He went 3 2/3, 6 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned, no walks, but 7 strikeouts. So, okay, 7 strikeouts is nice and all, and the first inning was great. He pulled a 2016 Zach Greinke where he looked dominant in the first inning and completely fell apart. The bullpen for Texas went 5 1/3, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. So, again, it should be switched, but what are you going to do? This game was highlighted by the 9-run fourth inning that Texas had. They were down 5-0 after 4 innings and scored 9 in the fourth. Robbie Grossman had a 3-run homer in the fourth. Brad Miller had a 2-run home run in the fifth. And on the day, Texas went 5 for 5 with runners in scoring position. On the Philly side of things, Aaron Nola, kind of like DeGrom and Nola swapped bad starts because he went 3 2/3, went 4 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. And the bullpen went 4 1/3, 6 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. This chair is so bothering me. I can't move my legs. I'll try not to. Alec Boehm fell a triple short of the cycle. So that was pretty cool. His home run to center field was a great swing. And there were back-to-back triples off of DeGrom in the 3rd inning. And they said a stat. He'd either never done that before or he hasn't done it in a long, long time. But on the day, Philly went 4 for 12 with runners in scoring position, 3 for 3. And Trey Turner's Philly debut, he had 1 hit, the triple. RBI, 1 run scored, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. A lot of ones in there. But even with this offensive, outburst, the game was, 3 hours and 4 minutes. And we go on to the Pirates at the Reds. Pirates came out on top 5-4. Mitch Keller for the Pittsburgh Pirates went 4 2/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 4 walks, and 8 strikeouts. O'Neal Cruz had a solo home run in the 3rd, which was a missile shot. You got to see a replay of it. And Brian Reynolds, who most likely will be traded at some point this year, had 1 hit, so keep an eye on him. Andrew McCutchen, in his return to Pittsburgh, had 2 at-bats, 1 hit, 1 RBI, and 3 walks. Pittsburgh went 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position, which, by the way, I should mention, the bullpen went 4 1/3, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. And on the Cincinnati side of things, Hunter Green went 3 1/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. There's a very odd pitching line for both of them. Bullpen went 5 2/3, 1 hit, 2 runs, 2 earned, 6 walks, 3 strikeouts. And Spencer Steer had a solo shot for Cincinnati in the 4th. They went 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position on the day, 2:22. That game went 3 hours and 2 minutes. Now we go on to the, for me, this was the game of the day right here. Blue Jays at Cardinals. This was just back and forth action. Alek Manoah got the start for the Blue Jays. He went 3 1/3, went 9 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. The bullpen went 5 2/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. So this was not a pitching game for either team. George Springer had 6 at-bats, 4 runs, 5 hits, an RBI, and a strikeout. I don't even know why I wrote the strikeout. And Dalton Varsho, I'm writing this one because I'm a Diamondback fan. But he had an RBI double in his first at-bat. He had an RBI. I think he had 2 RBIs, but he definitely had an RBI double in his first at-bat. And on the day, Toronto went 5 for 16, 316, 312 batting average, runners in scoring position. And then on the Cardinal side of things, Miles, I'm going to struggle with saying this last name, Miles Mikolas, who signed an extension just a few days ago with St. Louis, went 3 1/3, 10 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. So the bullpen went 5 2/3, gave up 9 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. 19 hits for Toronto on the day. Tyler O'Neill had a 2-run shot in the 3rd for St. Louis, and Brendan Donovan had a 2-run homer in the 4th. On the day, St. Louis went 3 for 15 with runners in scoring position, which is a 200 batting average. The big storyline out of this one was Wilson Contreras had to leave the game in the 8th or 9th inning, with a right knee contusion. Jordan Hicks, so Contreras was set up on the inside part of the plate. Jordan Hicks threw a pitch that went too far to the left side of the batter's box, and it essentially got Contreras' kneecap straight on. He couldn't get the glove over in time. And I know there's that padding, or that pad there, but it doesn't really, I mean, obviously it helps, but it doesn't, it's not like you don't feel anything. He was limping around, so he had to leave the game. Blue Jays come out 10-9 over the Cardinals. That was my game of the day. That was a 3 hour and 38-minute game. There was a 12-minute delay in there. So we go on to another game, a very quiet game. Twins at Royals. Pablo Lopez in his Twin debut went 5 1/3, gave up 2 hits, no runs, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Had the bases loaded in the 5th inning, but got out of it. Runners in scoring position, Twins went 4 for 11, 363. They left 12 men on base. That was pretty shocking. Zach Greinke making yet another Kansas City opening day start. He went 5 1/3, gave up 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. And on the day, Kansas City went 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. I'm telling you, you see it all the time. In the 5th inning, Royals had bases loaded. Lopez got out of it. And the Kansas City announcers were literally like, you're just afraid that Minnesota's going to come back because they got out of that bases loaded jam. They're going to come back and score. And sure enough, they took the lead. Kind of felt for the guy. So that game was, again, a crisp 2 hours and 32 minutes. We go to Miami, where the Mets took on the Marlins. Max Scherzer went 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. David Robertson closed for the Mets. Mets won 5-3. And that's important because Buck Showalter has come out and said that about 3 or 4 different guys are going to get a look at closing, especially early on, since Edwin Diaz went out. And Brandon Nimmo had 3 RBIs on the day. Sandy Alcantara, not his best start. 5 2/3, 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 4 walks, and only 2 strikeouts. I mean, he kept it. He did as much as he could. Garrett Cooper had a 2-run shot in the 6th inning that tied the game. And on the day, both teams went 2 for 7, which is a .285 batting average. That game was a 2 hours and 42 minutes. Then we go to Houston, where the Chicago White Sox are taking on the Houston Astros. Dylan Cease, the runner-up for the Cy Young Award last year, went 6 1/3, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, no walks, and 10 strikeouts. Grandal had a solo shot in the 8th inning that tied the game at 1. On the day, Chicago went 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position, so 100. On the Houston side of things, Framber Valdez went 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts. He obviously no runs allowed, but he didn't really look too solid, just in my opinion. And the bullpen went 4 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. Although Yordan Alvarez, probably the second most dangerous hitter outside of Aaron Judge, hit a solo home run in the 9th that made it 3-2. On the day, Houston went 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. White Sox beat the Astros 3-2. And that was a 2 hour and 38-minute game. I'm going to get some water here. That's funny. So now we go to San Diego, where the Rockies took on the Padres. Herman Marquez, I apologize. 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 5 strikeouts. C.J. Cron had a day to remember. He had 2 home runs, a 3-run in the 5th, and a solo shot in the 7th. 5 RBIs on the day, 4 hits, and 2 runs scored. I apologize, I'm going to say his name wrong, but Elahuris Montero for the Rockies had a solo home run in the 7th, so Cron and Montero went back-to-back. And on the day, Colorado went 4 for 15 with runners in scoring position, 266. And get this, Bryant, Blackman, and Cron all had 3+ hits. I believe that was 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in the lineup. And when I saw the numbers for this game, Colorado had 17 hits on the day. I thought it took place in Coors Field. So when I found out it took place in San Diego, I was kind of shocked. So anyways, Blake Snell, on the Padres side of things, went 4 1/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. And Xander Bogaerts in his San Diego debut had 3 hits and a run scored in 4 at-bats. But on the day, San Diego went 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Now we're getting later into the night. We go to Oakland, where the A's took on the Angels. Kyle Muller. Oh, by the way, the Rockies-Padres game, 2 hours and 56 minutes. And I'm just covering myself here. The White Sox-Astros game, 2 hours and 38 minutes. So A's and Angels. Kyle Muller went 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. And on the day, Oakland went 1 for 5 with a 200 batting average in runners in scoring position. Angels. Ohtani went 6 innings, 2 hits, no runs allowed, 3 walks, and 10 strikeouts. Angels went 1 for 6 on the day with runners in scoring position for a 166 average. And I have to tell you, Hunter Renfroe might have the catch of the year already. I know it's only opening day, but you got to watch this. It's like a modern day version of the Willie Mays catch, where it's over his head. And this game was an even 2 hours and 30 minutes. And we go to the last 2 games. This is the third and final full game I watched. The Diamondbacks taking on the Dodgers in LA. Dodgers win 8-2. Oh, by the way, again, I apologize. I'm working on this. Oakland beat the Angels 2-1. So good for Oakland. The Dodgers came out on top over the Diamondbacks 8-2. Julio Urias went 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, and 6 strikeouts. Rookie center fielder James Outman had a 2-run shot in the 6th inning. On the day, LA went 5 for 11, 454 batting average with runners in scoring position. Former Diamondbacks David Peralta and JD Martinez each had an RBI. Of course they did. And weirdly enough, Mookie Betts had 1 run scored and 3 strikeouts, and Max Muncy had 5 strikeouts. He got his Olympic rings today, man. And let's go to the Diamondback side of things. Zach Gallen did not look too good. 4 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned, 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Bullpen went 3 1/3, gave up 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. And on the day, Arizona went 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position, 333. That game was 2 hours and 35 minutes. Sorry, I'm just trying to see what time it is. And the last game, Cleveland was at Seattle. Mariners came out on top 3-0. Luis Castillo went 6 innings, gave up 1 hit and 6 strikeouts. Ty France had the game-winning 3-run homer in the 8th inning. He had 3 total hits on the day. Seattle went 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position for a 111 batting average. And Cleveland, kind of like San Francisco, really had nothing to offer, nothing to say. Bieber went 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, so he had a quality start. They went 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position. So again, not ideal. And that game was also 2 hours and 14 minutes. We had 2 separate games that went 2 hours and 14 minutes each, which was the Detroit-Tampa game and the Cleveland-Seattle game. So on the day, the home team had 7 wins and the away teams had 8 wins. Now let's get to the real important stuff. So there were 3. So for the 3+ hours, games that were 3 hours or more, there were 5. The longest being 3 hours and 38 minutes. There were 7 games that took place between 2.5 hours and 3 hours. 7. And there were 3 games that took place under 2.5 hours. And 2 of them were 2 hours and 14 minutes. The ones I just said. That was the shortest game. So the longest game of the day was 3 hours and 38 minutes. The shortest was 2 hours and 14 minutes. So that means the average game length for today across 15 games was 2 hours and 45 minutes. And the average game length last year was 3 hours and 3 minutes. So just in the first game, games were 18 minutes shorter. That's huge. And the pace of play throughout all the games and highlights I watched were just great. And I have to say, I think the player of the day for me was Adley Rutschman. Went 5 for 5 and made history and tied history. Second best player was CJ Cron. Went 4 for 5. What was it? Yeah, 4 for 5 with the 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. And the third player, Dylan Cease, went 6 1/3 with 10 strikeouts against the Houston Astros. So that concludes that section. Now let's get to my predictions really quick. Again, I made a whole video on this, and the camera decided to just give me the finger and not work for me. So I'm going to try to rush through it. I have the Padres in the NL West, Cardinals in the NL Central, Braves in the NL East, Astros AL West, Guardians AL Central, Yankees AL East. National League Awards. Zach Wheeler for the Cy Young. Corbin Carroll is the Rookie of the Year. Bob Melvin is Manager of the Year. And Manny Machado as the MVP. For the AL Awards, I got Dylan Cease as Cy Young. Gunnar Henderson as the Rookie of the Year. Dusty Baker as Manager of the Year. And Shohei Ohtani as the MVP. And now, of course, you know, there's the division bracket. I'll try to rush through as quick as I can. I have in the wild card series Seattle beating Toronto 2-0. Guardians beating the Twins 2-1. Mets beating the Dodgers 2-1. And the Phillies beating the Cardinals 2-1. So in the division series, I have Houston taking over Seattle 3-2. Guardians beating the Yankees 3-2. Padres beating the Mets 3-1. And the Braves beating the Phillies 3-2. So the championship series, I have the Astros over the Guardians 4-1. I have the Padres over the Braves 4-2. So the 2023 World Series, I'm putting it on video right now. Astros over the Padres in 6 games. And those are my predictions. That is opening day. And I'll see you when I see you.